Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode. What we'll be looking at today is how we can be able to create a research agent that we can be able to research YouTube, either be able to get a specific video, do a deep analysis and a deep dive into it, or maybe just be able to search new videos, search new ideas, and then use AI to get a deep analysis on what is trending, and then you can be able to give or maybe generate our new ideas. So this will be the end goal, whereby we can be able to create this agent that we can provide either with a single keyword or maybe a single URL, scrape that page, get the captions, and once we are done, upload this information to an Airtable database. So this is what we'll be building at. This will be the end goal, whereby we can be able to have a good database in terms of what's trending, the information for a given keyword. As you can see, this is part of the information that we'll be aiming to get. This one will be using YouTube API, that is the common API. Also, we'll be using a different tool. This will be the tool which will be trying to reverse engineer the API, and then we can be able to generate our captions free of charge. So once we are running this automation, we don't need to have any paid automations or maybe any other premium tools to run for this one. So let's get started onto this one, and then we can build this one starting from scratch. So let's get started on it. So the first thing that we need to do will be creating a new trigger. So we'll just be adding the manual trigger. Next we'll be adding a new set node. What will be the purpose of this set node? We'll be providing a URL for the YouTube videos. We'll come to YouTube, copy any random URL, come back to automation, paste it here. Next we want to extract this URL because this one can be either a URL or maybe just an ID. So what we need to get on this one is we want to extract the video ID. This one will be extracting the ID. And the format that we'll be using for this one, we'll just be trying to match the items that match this format here. So this is what we'll be having on this one. We can get our video ID. Then the next step will be us adding a new YouTube. This one we need to get a new video. The shortcuts for this one, you can use the tab button to get these nodes open, the nodes panel open. So that is what we have. Good. We'll come on this part and then copy our URL again and then go to our website here. So what you need to do, let's close this one. Right click on your website, inspect, and then go to the networks tab. Once you are here, you can be able to see what will be happening. So the first step will be generating a new transcript, and this is what we'll be getting. Copy this one as a bash, and then come back to NA10 and then have a new HTTP node. This HTTP node will be representing the step whereby we'll be doing the transcription. So this one will be doing the transcription part. Good. Then we'll just come and replace our YouTube video on this part. So since we already have our ID, we can just replace this one with our ID, and then we can run the transcription part. This one can take a few minutes or maybe a few seconds to run, but once this one is done, we'll just be able to see our results. Once this one will be done, we'll have a HTML part, and the reason we'll be having a HTML is to be able to extract this information. So you already have our data, and what we need is our captions. We'll come to our website again. I use a plugin called Automa, but this one will be out of service in a few months, but this can be a good way to get this descriptions. So I'll just come and copy our selector, go back to NA10, and then that will be our selector, and then we can say get our caption. As you can see in this one, we already have a clean output, which is now our caption based on the information that we got from that post. The next step for this one will be having a universal set whereby we can be able to aggregate all the information that we need. So we can have the YouTube video, the title, and also the description for this video. So that is the main information that we need for here. We'll have a set node on this one. And once we have a new set, the next thing we'll be doing is now adding our AI. So we have a few options that we can add our AI. One, we can use an AI agent. If maybe you want to retrieve more information, retrieve more context which will be used in this analysis, then the next part we can use is just a basic LLM chain. These are the two methods that we can use, or maybe we can just do a summarization chain, and then we can be able to summarize all the information that we have. In this case, I'll just take a new AI agent, and then I'll just come and copy the prompts that we need for this part. Here we go. So now this is the main prompt that we'll be using in this part. And what we need to do is run this node, so we can just have the data. We'll remap this part again there. Then we can just remove there. So we now have our working step, and this one will just be providing the general analysis. So this one we can say analysis step 1. We need to add an AI model, since this one must have an AI. So in this case, we'll be using Gemini 2 point. So what we need is Flash here. This is a good model. And then we can retry this again. I'm going to paint this information. I don't need to run this step multiple times. And we can be able to see now this our result on this part. Once we have the main information, we are just going to do a new set, or maybe we can just try to update this information directly to Airtable. So what we'll do, we'll come to search or update records. We'll come and choose our new file. This one is our YouTube research. We'll be going and updating directly to those files. So the page that we'll be selecting will be the first sheet. This is what we'll be having. And then we'll be able to match and merge all these items. So what we need to, the column that we need to match on, this one will be the video ID. We'll come and get the video ID. That is the simplest method, get the video ID. We don't need that, we need the title. Summary. So for the first step, this one will just be giving us 3 items. This one will be giving us the main summary. So we'll just come back to our analysis, the main summary. We don't need any other information from this one. And then we can delete all these other parts. We can delete all this. For this one, we can have this one as the AI summary. This one will be the AI summary. Good. And if we are to run this step, we'll have the new items adding on the new node here. Here we go. So we have the new title. We have the AI summary. This is what has been summarized by the AI. We have the video link. So if we need to watch our video, all we just need to do is come open it, and then we can start watching the video. We don't need to do that at the moment. We'll come back to our NA10. With this information, we can pin this one, and then we can now do a new step. So also for this one, what we can decide to do, we can decide to use the basic LLM chain. This one is just replace these steps here. I'll copy the prompt needed for this step. So this is now the prompt that we can use. We'll come and replace that one with caption. There we go. We need a model. We'll just come and connect this one here. Also, we need to have some structured output. So what I'll be using will be a fixed, an auto fixer. This one does use an AI model. And then we'll copy JSON. This is not the format that we need from this agent. So we can try to run this step. There we go. So this is what we'll try to remove. There you go. So as you can see, this format is a bit different. So this is more structured. This is more predictable compared to what we have on this other side. This is the information you get once you don't define the kind of output that you need. So all you just need to do is toggle this on or maybe off. Then you can be able to have the system whereby you can be able to add the kind of output that you need. I find a lot of people tend to use this direct format for this one, but I think it's more advisable to use the output parser because the AI can be able to correct in case maybe the output was wrong, etc. So we'll just come and pin our information. And once we pin this information, we'll just be updating our new set node. This will be the new set. We'll be having a lot of information. I'll just come and map this information one by one. Once I'm done, I'll update you in just a minute. There we go. So this one, we can rename this one into set data. Once we have this, we'll test this step again. There we go. And then we can be able to add our new air table again. So we'll duplicate that. This one we can unpin, and since we'll be having different kind of information, refresh the column list, add all the columns, and then just remove what we don't need. So we can start with our summary, topics. So let me map these topics, sentiments. So this is all you just need to do, map all this information. Once you are done, rename this one. So update, deep research. We can rename this one, and we can test our step, and then we can see whether this populates, and there we go. So what does this video talk about? What are the topics that are being discussed? What are the main insights? So what are these are things that the important parts whereby you can be able to do deeper digs, do deeper insights for what this is talking about, and other information that you can be able to get from this one. So this is a positive sentiment. These are the new ideas that we can have, how you can be able to use different types of database rather than just using the Pinecone. Also, we have the main summary. So this is just a high level summary based on what this video is talking about. And that is it. So you can also decide to let's watch our video. Here we go. This will be the video which we can now decide to watch. And then we'll just go back to our NA10. So this step here summarizes how we can be able to go to NA10 or maybe YouTube, get new videos, analyze them, summarize them. I just keep this one here, good. Yeah. So this just summarizes how we can be able to provide new keywords, maybe provide new URLs, extract those, the record ID. Once we've done the record ID, we'll be going to get our YouTube video, get the transcription, extract that information, and then do two kinds of analysis. The first one will be just kind of a high level summary for the content that we have. And then now the next one will be a deeper dive into what this video is talking about. In case you need to have a different setup whereby you can be able to pass these URLs dynamically, we can be able to create a webhook endpoint that we can be able to trigger this automation from. So what we need is just what we have on this one. We'll come and set that, save this one, and anytime someone sends a URL, or maybe the webhook endpoint for this one, anytime someone sends a webhook endpoint for this one, we can be able to activate or maybe simulate our workflow. So in this case, we'll just test our NA10, come to this test here. So this is our trigger. This is our webhook endpoint that we are testing. So we'll come to our workflow here, go back and get our video. Just a moment. This is the video that we need, and then we can go back to our YouTube channel and then do our search. So this one will be that, and this one will be a different URL endpoint. This one will be get workflow was started, and here we go. So you can see this now, our new video. We can have the caption, pin our information, test, and voila, here we go. But instead of us having extra nodes, we can just remove, and what we'll have in this one will be a replacement, which will now be more of something like that. There we go. There. So rather than us having a lot of nodes, this is what we can just summarize this one, remove this step, check whether everything is working, and once everything is all good, we can just decide to publish this one. So this one will just be working on an individual URL, but in the case whereby we want to do multiple URLs or maybe do a general search, this will be get. This one will just be filtering this one based on the number query, and then our query can be, for example, NA10. Execute this one. We are limiting this one to 25 items, and then we can just proceed with our NA10 automation. So what we'll have, this is what we can be able to have, a switch. And this one will be getting the operation. If the operation is get, means that goes with a single URL. We don't need that. Extra output, ignore case. Once we rename the other path, this one will not be the search path. So we can either decide to do a get, and once we do a get, we'll just be running a single URL. Once we decide to do a search, this is now the path that will be passing. So let's map this field. Any10, we can say that, good. So anytime, let's say you want to do a single URL search, this is what you can be passing by. If you want to do multiple URLs, you can just pass that by the first path. And that is how you can be able to build yourself an AI-powered research agent that can be able to help you research YouTube videos, new ideas, new topics, etc. All within maybe 10 or 15 minutes. This one we took 21 minutes to complete. The whole video took 21 minutes to record. So in your case, maybe you can take around 30 or 40 minutes to work it out. Thank you.